Good morning to all. Today we are going to start our fifth chapter. Okay, acids, alkalis, and salt. So the basic form is acids and alkalis. So you have learned about acids and alkalis in the previous classes, isn't it? 8th or 7th standard. Now we are going to study what are the general characteristics, properties, basicity of acids and alkalis. Okay. So first of all, the common character of acid and alkalis. Okay, listen to me. First one, suppose the acid present in any substances, it turns blue litmus into red color. Okay, so this is the first comparison. So, if the acid is present in any substance, the litmus paper changes from blue to red color. Then what about alkalis? For alkalis, red is converted into blue form. Okay. So opposite concept to each other. So red is converted into blue color. Which one? Litmus paper. Okay. This litmus means it is a kind of paper which is used to convert the color exchange. Okay. And the second common character of acid is most of the acid are sour in taste. Sour means pulp. Okay. So sour in taste. And alkalis are alkaline taste, bitter taste. Okay. Alkaline taste. And third point is most of the acids react with metals. Okay. So most of the acids react with any metal to form hydrogen gas. Okay. So here hydrogen gas is liberated. And one more point is, so all these acids react with carbonate to form carbon dioxide gas. Okay. So these two concepts are very important. First one, most of the acid reacts with metal to form hydrogen gas. And the second common character is it reacts with carbonate to form carbon dioxide gas. Okay. And what about alkalis? Alkalis have different properties such as most of the alkalis react with do not react with metal. Okay. And it can react with carbonate or any other salt. It produces salts. Okay. So these are the common character of acid and alkalis. The main difference between acid and alkali is conversion of litmus paper. So the conversion of litmus paper is from blue to red color belongs to acid, and the conversion of red into blue belongs to alkalis. Okay. So these are the common characteristics of acid and alkalis. Then one more important point is for all acids, it consists of hydrogen ions. Okay. So for all acids contains hydrogen, H plus ions. So what about alkalis? All the alkalis, OH minus ions are present. Okay. Here alkalis represents OH. Acid means H plus ions. Okay. So there is an important difference between acid and alkalis. Are two important difference. First one, it consists of hydrogen ions. Alkalis consists of hydroxide ions. OH means hydroxide ions. And the second point, it converts blue litmus into red color, and here red into blue form. Okay. Next one, then we have some example. For example, I am taking vinegar. Okay. Vinegar contains acetic acid. You know that we are using vinegar as a preservative, isn't it? So that vinegar contains acetic acid. Okay. And one more one is lime water. Here lime represents chunnambu. Okay, lime water. And one more hydrochloric acid and soap solution. Okay. So these are the materials we are using in our day-to-day life. What are the common components present in each and every substance? For example, acid or alkalis here present. So, vinegar contains acetic acid. So, it must be acid is present in vinegar, isn't it? So, what is the conversion of litmus paper here? So, it is the acid. So, if acid is present in that substance, it converts blue into red color. Okay, because the acid is present in vinegar. And what about second one? Lime water. Lime water is the alkali. Okay, chunambu. Chunambu vellam ennu parayana nammal alkali ennaanu parayata. So here lime water is an alkali. So it converts red into blue color. Okay. Then what about hydrochloric acid? Hydrochloric acid is the acid. So it converts blue into red color. Okay. Then what about soap solution? We are using soap solution as alkali. So it converts red into blue color. So these are the common examples related with acids and alkalis. Okay. Okay. Next we are going to learn two activities such as we are taking a test tube. In the test tube, zinc metal is taken. So these two activities related to acids. Okay. So first of all, we are taking a test tube, and in this test tube, we are taking zinc metal, a small amount of zinc metal, and hydrochloric acid is added here, HCl. A diluted form of hydrochloric acid is added with zinc metal. What happens here? These two will react and forming bubbles. Okay. So suddenly we can observe the bubbles, formation of bubbles. What is the reason for formation of these bubbles? Because here HCl, acid and metal reacts together to liberate hydrogen gas. We know that what is the common character of acid? As for all acids, it reacts with metals and liberate hydrogen gas, isn't it? So here HCl is the acid. It can react with zinc metal to produce hydrogen gas. Let me write the equation. So zinc metal added with hydrochloric acid. Zinc is a metal, HCl is the acid. We know that any metal reacts with any acid to produce hydrogen gas. Okay. So here H ion is present. So hydrogen gas is liberated along with which one basic salt? Zinc and chlorine. So here zinc chloride is obtained. Okay. So the main product is hydrogen gas. So due to the formation of this hydrogen gas, bubbles are formed here. So this activity shows the presence of acid. So suppose if the acid is present in any substance, it can react with metal to form hydrogen gas. How can you identify hydrogen gas? Here bubbles are formed. Okay. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യാം? ബബിൾസ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ആയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവിടെ ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ഗ്യാസ് റിലീസ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം. അപ്പൊ ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ഗ്യാസ് റിലീസ് ആവുന്നത് ഏതിനാണ്? ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ആസിഡ് അല്ല പഠിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ആസിഡ് ആണെങ്കിൽ അതിൽ നിർബന്ധമായിട്ടും ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ഗ്യാസ് റിലീസ് ആയി. Okay. So this activity is related with acids. Okay. Let me see one more activity. We are taking a piston funnel or test tube. Okay. In the test tube, listen carefully. Calcium carbonate is taken. Okay. Normally we are using chalk powder, chalk piece. Okay. That substance contains calcium carbonate. Here calcium carbonate is taken in the test tube and 2 or 3 ml of diluted HCl is added. Okay. So here HCl is the acid. CaCO3 calcium carbonate is the substance salt. Okay. So when dilute HCl is added with calcium carbonate, after some time the gas is liberated. Okay. Here one type of gas is liberated. We are passing this gas into lime water. Okay. After some time, the color of lime water turns milky white. Okay. Then which gas is produced here? Let me see what is the gas. So here we are taking calcium carbonate plus hydrochloric acid is added with calcium carbonate to produce CaCl2, H2O. So these are the substances, okay, along with CO2 gas. So very important one, CO2, carbon dioxide is a gas formed here, okay. This carbon dioxide gas is passed through lime water. It turns lime water into milky white. So when acid react with carbonate, here CO3 means carbonate, okay. So acids react with carbonate to form carbon dioxide. So it is the main point. Okay, is it clear for you? So once again I am repeating. First of all, we are taking a test tube. In the test tube, calcium carbonate is taken and dilute HCl is added with calcium carbonate along with the release of carbon dioxide gas. This carbon dioxide gas is passed through lime water. Lime water means chunambu. Okay. And what happens here? The color of lime water becomes milky white. So this represents carbon dioxide gas is formed here. ഇവിടെ എന്താണ് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ടെസ്റ്റ് ട്യൂബിൽ കാൽഷ്യം കാർബണേറ്റും HCl തമ്മിൽ റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കാർബൺ ഡൈ ഓക്സൈഡ് ഗ്യാസ് ആണ് റിലീസ് ആവുന്നത്. റിലീസ് ആവുന്ന ഈ കാർബൺ ഡൈ ഓക്സൈഡ് ഗ്യാസിനെ നമ്മൾ ലൈം വാട്ടറിലൂടെ പാസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ചുണ്ണാമ്പ് വെള്ളത്തിലൂടെ പാസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഓൾറെഡി അതിന്റെ കളർ കുറച്ചൊരു വൈറ്റ് തന്നെയായിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ അത് മിൽക്കി വൈറ്റ് ആയിട്ടാണ് അവിടെ ടേൺ ആവുക. അപ്പൊ മിൽക്കി വൈറ്റ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ആയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ CO2 ഗ്യാസ് റിലീസ് ആയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം. ഫ്രം ദിസ് ആക്ടിവിറ്റി എന്താണ് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്നത്? ഏതൊരു ആസിഡ് ആയാലും കാർബണേറ്റിന്റെ കൂടെ റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ CO2 കാർബൺ ഡൈ ഓക്സൈഡ് ഗ്യാസ് അവിടെ റിലീസ് ആവും. Okay, so this is the second activity. So this image shows the second activity. Okay, in that activity they are taking a crystal funnel and in the test tube calcium carbonate and dilute HCl reacts together, and after that what happens? It releases CO2, carbon dioxide gas, and this carbon dioxide gas is passed through a lime water because the color of lime water is normally white in color, but when CO2 is passed through lime water, what happens? The color of lime water becomes milky white. Okay, so this experiment shows when any acid react with carbonate to form carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so underline that word. From these two activities, we can conclude 2 points. What are the 2 points? From first activity, any metal, note down this point. Okay, any metal react with acid to form hydrogen gas. Okay, so this is the first one. And the second activity is any acid react with carbonate. CO3 means carbonate. Okay, to form carbon dioxide gas. So these two are very important points related with acids. Okay, note down these points. Any metal react with acid form hydrogen gas, formation of bubbles. Okay, and second one, any acid reacts with carbonate salt to form CO2, carbon dioxide gas. What is the speciality of CO2 gas? It turns lime water into milky white color. Okay. Next we are moving on to another topic. The common components present in acid. Okay. Common components present in acid. They will ask what is the common component present in any acid or any bases like that. Okay. Here we are studying acids: HCl, HNO3, CH3COOH, H2SO4. Okay, there are so many acids are present in nature, such as divided into organic acids and inorganic acids. Okay, inorganic acids generally contains mineral acids, so that may be very dangerous. We do not taste inorganic acids because they are highly powerful acids. Okay, but organic acids are present in nature, such as lemon, citric acids, then fruits, grapes, turmeric. So these are the substances contain natural acids. So they are known as organic acids. Okay. So organic means natural acids. Inorganic means mineral acids that we obtain from earth. Okay. So inorganic acids means mineral acids. Here HCl, HNO3, nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. These are the acids belongs to inorganic category, mineral acids. Okay, very high and powerful acids. So hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, and sulfuric acid belongs to the category of inorganic acids. Okay, here acetic acid, citric acid, vinegar, then tartaric acid, lactic acid, which is present in milk. So these are the acids example for organic acids, okay, such as present in natural materials. Now, the common components present in all the acids is hydrogen ions. Okay, note down this point. That is the common component present in each and every acid. So, the common component present in each and every acid is hydrogen ions. So, it can be divided into, let me see some example. HCl, HNO3. Here, when this acid is divided into two categories, such as the first one, H ions, H plus ions, and the second element is divided into Cl minus ions. Here, H plus ions and NO3 minus ions. For H2SO4, H plus ions plus HSO4 minus ions. Okay, one positive and one negative ion. Here, all the components are present in hydrogen, H plus ions. So, H plus ion is the common component present in all acids. Okay, note down this point. For all acids, hydrogen ion is present, H plus ions. Okay. Next one, basicity of acid. Basicity. Basicity means the number of hydrogen atoms present in each and every acid. Okay. So here, number of hydrogen atoms present or donated. Okay. Note down this point. Basicity means number of hydrogen atom present or donated in each and every acid. Okay. So based on the category, it can be divided into three types, such as monobasic, dibasic, and tribasic. Okay. So basicity means number of hydrogen atoms present in any acid. It can be divided into three categories, such as mono, di, and tri. Okay. Here, mono means it consists of only one hydrogen atom. So, if hydrogen atom is only one, it belongs to mono category. Di means two hydrogen atoms are present in that acid. And tri means three hydrogen atoms are present. Okay, let me see what are the examples. So, first one, mono. Mono means it consists of only one hydrogen atom. For example, HCl, HNO3. Okay, all these acids are examples for monobasic acids. Okay, here monobasic means the acid which contains only one hydrogen atom. Here only one hydrogen atom is present in this formula, isn't it? All present ഒരു hydrogen ഇതിലും ഒരു hydrogen ഉള്ളൂ. So if the hydrogen atom is present in only one character, it belongs to monobasic acid. Okay. Then di. Di means two hydrogen atoms. Okay. For example, H2SO4, etc. Okay. So here two hydrogen atoms are present in this acid. So it belongs to dibasic acid. Okay. Then what about third one? Tribasic acid. Tri means three hydrogen atoms. Example, H3PO4, etc. Okay. Here, three hydrogen atoms are present. So, it belongs to tribasic category. Okay. So, these are the basicity of the acid. What is meant by basicity? Basicity means the number of hydrogen atoms present in each and every acid. Okay. So, it can be divided into three categories, such as monobasic, dibasic, tribasic. Mono means it consists of only one hydrogen atom. Di means it consists of two hydrogen atoms. And tri means consists of three hydrogen atoms. Tribasic acid. Okay. Next, we are moving on to a small topic, acid rain. Acid rain. Okay. So there is a chance for high air pollution in township and industrial area, isn't it? So here there is a high chance for acid rain also. What is meant by acid rain? How it is formed? Let me see. Here, acid rain means in industrial area they are releasing smoke. Okay, such as nitrogen dioxide NO2 and SO2. Okay, these are the gases released from industry or factory. When these gases are mixed with atmosphere, okay, in our atmosphere. So our atmosphere contains water vapor, H2O. Okay. So when these gases are released from industry and it can mix with water present in our atmosphere and forming acid rain. Okay. Such as here NO2 react with H2O to form a powerful acid HNO3. Okay. Combination of acid is HNO3. And the second one SO2 and H2O are combined together to form H2SO4, powerful acid, king of acid, sulfuric acid. So these two acids are produced as acid rain. Okay. So once again repeating, acid rain means we are using industry or township area. In that industry, the smoke is released such as NO2 and SO2, nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide. These are highly irritable gases. Okay, so these gases are mixed with water vapor present in atmosphere and forming HNO3 nitric acid and sulfuric acid. When these two gases are combined together and combines with rainwater to form acid. Okay, so very important property of acid rain is sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Okay, let me see the image of acid rain. Acid rain formation. Okay, here what happens? We are using industries. In that industries, there is a high chances of air pollution. Okay, in such regions, gases like nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide, these are highly dangerous gases. When these gases are mixed with larger amount of water vapor in the atmosphere and produce which one? Acid rain. Okay, so there is a lot of disadvantages when acid rain are formed. Let me see. In the first image, so this first image shows plants lost their ability. Okay, so what happens when plants lost their ability? When plants lost their ability to produce carbohydrate, what happens? The photosynthesis process is lost. So due to this, they are losing their chlorophyll and plants loses their greenery of their region. Okay, so these are the main disadvantage. Next one, here another image. So this image shows which one? Stone leprosy. Okay, nowadays there is a chance for high air pollution in Taj Mahal and such a building. So when acid rain are mixed with buildings, it loses their luster, metallic luster, shining property. അല്ലേ? ഇപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് താജ്മഹലൊക്കെ അത്രയും ഒരു എന്താ പറയാ ഒരു ക്രിട്ടിക്കൽ കണ്ടീഷൻ ആണ് ഇപ്പോ എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ആസിഡ് റെയിൻ അതിൽ വന്ന് ഫോം ആവുന്ന കാരണം കൊണ്ട് അതിൽ ഒരു ഡിസീസസ് പോലെ ഫോം ആവാണ് അതിന്റെ ആ ലസ്റ്റർ മെറ്റാലിക് ലസ്റ്റർ അവിടെ നഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നു കാരണം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ സ്റ്റോൺ ലെപ്രസി എന്ന് പറയും ഓക്കെ സോ this as a kind of acid rain is known as stone leprosy. Okay, when acid rain are formed as a result of buildings. Okay, this form is known as stone leprosy. Okay, the next one. Next image shows the soil and their acidic rainwater can leach. Some of the water can leach aluminium from soil. Okay. These clay particles and then flow into streams and lake. We know that the more acid that is produced to the ecosystem, the more aluminium is released. some type of plants and animals are able to tolerate acidic waters and a moderate amount of aluminum. So when these are losses, what happens? Their greenery also losses. Okay. Okay. Let me conclude our points. Let me revise once again. Okay. What are the basic concepts today we saw? First one, the important property of acids and alkalis are litmus paper. So for acids, the litmus converted, blue litmus converted into red color, and for alkalis, red is converted into blue form. Then we learned about two activities. The first one is when any metal reacts with acid to form hydrogen gas, formation of bubbles. And the second one is any carbonate salt react with any acid to form carbon dioxide gas. How can you identify carbon dioxide gas? When carbon dioxide gas passed through lime water, it turns milky white color. Okay. Then basicity of acid. What is the common component present in acid? Hydrogen ions. What are the three categories? Monobasic, dibasic, tribasic. Such as hydrogen ion is 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Then our next topic is acid rain. Formation of acid rain is due to the releasing of nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide gas mixed with atmospheric water vapor, and acid rain is formed. Okay. Today's class is over. Balance and all we will